If you've ever snapped at your partner over something small, craved sugar like your life depended on it, or watched the scale climb despite your best efforts, this video is for you. In this video, you'll discover the 5 major signs that what you're experiencing isn't laziness, it's burnout. And by the end, you'll know exactly what your body is trying to tell you. Make sure to stay until the end because I'm going to share the one strategy that has helped my clients break free from burnout and reclaim their energy without restrictive diets or extreme workouts. Hi, I'm Lesha, nutritionist specializing in burnout recovery for high-achieving women. I've helped countless women reclaim their energy, balance their hormones, and finally feel like themselves again without restrictive diets or impossible routines. If you're tired of feeling exhausted, no matter what you do, you're in the right place. You wake up, eyes heavy, body like lead. You slept a full 7, maybe even 8 hours, but somehow it feels like you barely closed your eyes. You shuffle into the kitchen, desperate for caffeine, telling yourself, I just need coffee to wake up. But then cup 1 turns into cup 2, and by mid-afternoon, you're already fantasizing about a nap. Sound familiar? I hear this all the time from my clients. High-achieving women who are used to running on drive and discipline. They've built their careers, led teams, managed families. They're used to pushing through anything. But now, they feel like their body is betraying them. No matter how much they try to push through, it's like they're moving through wet cement. And here's the thing, this isn't just about being tired, this is burnout. And if you've been blaming yourself for not trying hard enough to get your energy back, you need to hear this. This is not your fault. Your body is stuck in survival mode. See, when you're under chronic stress, your brain goes into fight or flight, a biological response designed to keep you alive. Your body pumps out cortisol, your nervous system stays on high alert, and most importantly, it shuts down deep recovery. Because in survival mode, your brain isn't prioritizing long-term healing. It's prioritizing getting you through the day. This is why no matter how much you sleep, you still wake up exhausted. And science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that chronic stress completely disrupts your natural cortisol rhythm, making it harder for your body to enter deep, restorative sleep. And this doesn't just leave you feeling tired. Over time, it slows down your metabolism, weakens your mitochondria, which are the energy powerhouses of your cells. And it forces your body to rely on caffeine, sugar, and stress hormones just to function. It's not a lack of willpower keeping you stuck. It's a biological shutdown. And if you don't address it, this cycle doesn't just magically fix itself. Your body keeps compensating, keeps burning through nutrients, and keeps making you feel worse. But here's the good news. This is fixable. I've helped countless women go through from dragging themselves through the day to waking up refreshed and focused, using a science-backed approach that works with their body instead of against it. I have a free guide that shows you how. You can grab it in the description. Now let's talk about another sneaky burnout symptom that makes you feel like you're losing your mind. You're staring at your screen, trying to write an email. You type a few words, stop, reread them, delete, start again. You know what you want to say, but somehow your brain just isn't cooperating. And then later, you walk into the kitchen, stop in your tracks and think, wait, why did I come in here? And this isn't just once in a while. It's happening all the time. You start second guessing yourself. Am I losing it? Why can't I focus? I used to be so sharp. I can't tell you how many high-achieving women I've worked with who freak out over this exact thing. They're running businesses, leading teams, managing families, but inside, they feel like their brain is churning against them. And here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. This isn't you getting old. This isn't you being forgetful. This is your brain on burnout. Your brain's ability to focus, process information, and recall details relies on a balanced stress response. But when your body has been under chronic stress for too long, your cortisol levels become dysregulated. And cortisol, it's not just a stress hormone. It's a chemical messenger that impacts how your brain functions. A study published in Neurology found that high cortisol levels actually shrink the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Let me say that again. Burnout isn't just exhausting you, it's physically changing your brain. This is why you keep rereading emails. That's why words don't come as easily as they used to. That's why your once razor-sharp brain now feels like it's running on dial-up. And here's the kicker. It's not just about memory and focus. When your brain is struggling, your confidence takes a hit. Suddenly, you're second-guessing yourself in meetings. You're forgetting details that you never used to forget. You're questioning whether you can even keep up with the demands of your work, your business, your life. And if you're a high achiever, this is terrifying. If this isn't addressed, it doesn't just go away. The more burnout progresses, the more your brain struggles to keep up. That's why so many women I work with come to me feeling completely disconnected from the powerhouse they used to be. They think something's wrong with them, but it's not them. It's their brain trying to keep up with being in survival mode. And let me be clear, this is 100% reversible. I've worked with clients who went from feeling mentally foggy and unfocused to getting their mental clarity back using a science-backed approach that supports their brain and their body. And in a few minutes, I'm going to share exactly how they did it. But first, let's talk about the next burnout symptom that can completely hijack your emotions. 1 minute, you're fine. The next, you're snapping at your partner over dishes or crying because you spilled your coffee. Or maybe you're at work and a simple request from a coworker feels like the last freaking straw. And then later, the guilt hits. Why did I overreact? Why can't I just keep it together? I don't even recognize myself anymore. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not crazy, you're not weak, and you're definitely not just too emotional. This is burnout, hijacking your nervous system. Your emotions aren't random. They're controlled by your stress hormones. And when you're burnt out, your body is pumping out too much cortisol at the wrong times, which throws off your brain's ability to regulate emotions. A study published in Psychoneuroendocrinology found that chronic stress depletes serotonin and disrupts cortisol regulation, making people hyper-reactive to even small stressors. That's why the smallest things set you off. Your brain isn't processing emotions normally. It's reacting as if everything is a threat. It's like having a smoke alarm that goes off when you burn toast. Your body is stuck in high alert mode, and that means irritation over nothing because your brain is sensing danger everywhere, crying at the drop of a hat because your nervous system is overwhelmed, feeling emotionally drained because your brain is burning through neurotransmitters faster than it can replenish them. And here's the worst part. This affects your relationships. Clients tell me all the time, I feel like I'm constantly snapping at the people I love. I don't want to be this way, but I can't seem to control it. And the guilt, that just adds more stress, which makes it worse. If this cycle keeps going, it doesn't just strain your relationships, it chips away at your self-trust. Because when you don't feel in control of your emotions, you start to believe that you're the problem. You start withdrawing, avoiding people, thinking, I just need time alone. But really, you need your nervous system to calm the heck down. And the good news, it's completely fixable. I've worked with women who went from feeling like emotional wrecks to getting their mood stability back using a science-backed approach that restores balance to their nervous systems. In just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you how they did it. But first, let's talk about the next burnout symptom that can completely take over your cravings. It's mid-afternoon, and suddenly you need sugar. Maybe it's chocolate. Maybe it's a latte. Maybe it's that stash of cookies you swore you weren't going to touch. You tell yourself, I shouldn't. But the craving is relentless. And before you know it, you're eating something sweet. And for a brief moment, you feel better. But then the crash hits. Your energy plummets. Your brain fog gets worse. And you're back to where you started. Except now you're frustrated with yourself for giving in. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear me on this. This is not about willpower. This is burnout hijacking your blood sugar. When your body is stuck in burnout mode, it's constantly pumping out too much cortisol. And cortisol, it directly impacts your blood sugar. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that chronically high cortisol levels cause blood sugar crashes, leading to intense cravings for quick energy, like sugar. Here's what's happening inside your body. Cortisol spikes, so your blood sugar rises. Your body is trying to give you quick energy. Your insulin overcompensates, so your blood sugar crashes. Now you feel exhausted. Your brain panics, the cravings hit, your body is begging for fast fuel, aka sugar. This is why you don't crave sugar in the morning, but by 2 or 3 p.m., it's all you can think about. Your system is completely dysregulated. And here's the worst part, sugar makes it worse. Because when you eat sugar, it triggers another blood sugar spike, followed by another crash, keeping you stuck in this exhausting roller coaster. So if you've been wondering, why can't I control my cravings? It's because your biology is working against you. And if you try to just willpower your way through it, that's like trying to hold your breath underwater forever. This cycle doesn't just affect your energy. It messes with your hormones, mood, and metabolism. Your body stores more fat because cortisol tells your body to hold on to weight. Your energy crashes hard because your blood sugar is all over the place. Your mood swings intensify because serotonin, the happy hormone, is tied to blood sugar stability. And if you don't break this cycle, it just keeps getting worse. This is why so many women come to me thinking they lack discipline, but really, their body is just screaming for balance. But here's the good news, this can be fixed. I've helped clients go from daily sugar crashes and cravings to steady energy all day long, using a science-backed approach that actually supports their metabolism instead of fighting it. I'm going to tell you how they did it. But first, let's talk about the final burnout symptom that completely messes with your body. You're eating clean, you're exercising, you're doing everything right, but the scale keeps going the wrong way. Or maybe you're not gaining weight, but your body feels different. Your clothes feel tighter, especially around the midsection. And no matter what you try, nothing is working. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it makes you start questioning everything. Is it my diet, my workouts? Am I just getting older? I see this all the time with my clients, high-achieving women who have spent their entire lives being disciplined and in control. And now their body feels like it's betraying them. Let me make this very clear. This is not just about calories. This is burnout-driven weight gain. When your body is in chronic stress mode, it doesn't just affect your energy or cravings. It literally tells your body to store fat. A study published in Obesity Reviews found that high cortisol levels cause increased fat storage, particularly around the abdominal area, even when calorie intake remains the same. This happens because cortisol is a survival hormone. When your body thinks it's in danger, whether from actual threats or just unrelenting stress, it holds on to weight as a protective mechanism. And if you've been doing intense workouts to try to fight this, that could actually be making it worse. Because when you exercise too hard in a burnout state, your body reads that as even more stress, triggering even more cortisol. That means your body holds on to fat instead of burning it. Your metabolism slows down to conserve energy. You feel more exhausted instead of energized after workouts. And if you've been trying to eat less to compensate, that's another stress signal. Your body sees that as a sign that food is scarce, so it slows your metabolism down even further. This is why so many women feel like they are fighting their own body, because in a way they are. If you don't address the root cause of cortisol-driven weight gain, no amount of dieting or exercise will fix it. This is why I see so many women spinning their wheels, cutting carbs, doing more workouts, tracking every bite, only to see the scale go up. And if you've been blaming yourself, thinking you need more discipline or a stricter plan, I need you to hear this. This is not a failure of willpower. This is a failure of the approach you've been told to take. Your body isn't working against you. It's responding exactly how it was designed to under stress. But here's the good news. You can turn this around. I've helped clients go from feeling like their body was stuck in stress mode, holding on to weight no matter what they did, to finally seeing their body respond again. And the best part, they did it without punishing workouts or extreme diets. And in just a second, I'm going to tell you exactly how they did it. But first, let me ask you, which one of these signs resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below and let's see which one hits home the hardest. Now, I want you to imagine this. You wake up before your alarm, stretch, and actually feel rested. No more dragging yourself out of bed like a zombie. No more chugging coffee just to function. Your body feels lighter, stronger, and more in sync with you instead of fighting against you every step of the way. Your brain, sharp, clear, focused. You sit down at work, and instead of struggling to string together a simple email, the words just flow. You're knocking out tasks without second guessing yourself. And for the first time in a long time, you feel like yourself again. No more afternoon crashes, no more reaching for sugar or caffeine just to make it through the day. Your energy stays steady, and you realize you've gone an entire week without those relentless cravings that used to control you. Your emotions, calm, steady. No more snapping at your partner over nothing. No more crying in your car because the weight of everything feels unbearable. You actually feel in control again. And it's not forced, it's natural because your body and brain are finally working the way they should. And then the part so many of my clients tell me feels like a miracle. You step on the scale and instead of frustration, you feel relief. Because for the first time in years, your body is responding. The stubborn weight that wouldn't budge, it's melting off. And you're not even trying to force it anymore. It's just happening because your hormones are finally in balance again. You look in the mirror and see someone who looks vibrant, strong, and alive. And more than that, you feel like her. This isn't some fantasy. This is exactly what happens when you get out of burnout and bring your body back into balance. And I've helped countless women get here without crash diets, without spending hours in the gym, and without relying on willpower to force their way through. So here's the truth. Burnout recovery isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right order so your body actually heals. What most women get wrong is that they try to fix burnout backwards. They try to eat less and exercise more when their body is already in stress mode. Push through exhaustion when their nervous system is screaming for recovery. Fix their mindset when their biology is working against them. And that's why nothing has worked. What I teach my clients is a science-backed approach designed to bring your body back into balance, step by step, so everything starts working again. It's not about doing more. It's about working with your body instead of fighting against it. This is exactly what I walk you through inside my free guide, From Exhausted to Energized. If you're tired of feeling exhausted, stuck, and like your body is working against you, this is your next step. Download the guide now and I'll see you inside. Now, if this video resonated with you, you need to watch my next video, The 3 Stages of Burnout. It's going to break down each stage of burnout so you can determine which one you're in. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. If that video is already published, you'll be able to click on it right here and watch that next. If you don't see it yet, then make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell to be notified when that video is released. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.